Today, we're going to be rating AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards, starting with the Fiend of Aclazotz. This is a 0/1 cat mantling, whatever that is. It is a 2-mana tap. You may put a human creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. And that makes me wonder, who's the Fiend around here? Is it the cat or is it the human being? Who speaks for Aclazotz? Isn't that like some big dark black creature of some sort? I'm not entirely sure. This card, you may put a human creature card. Oh, so it's basically like sort of an elvish piper type of effect, you know? 3 mana, put this in play next turn. 2 mana, put, maybe anything could end up on the battlefield. Almost anything. Legacy power level? Not really. I mean, the thing's just gonna get completely blown out of the water. It's got summoning sickness. It's completely fine. This is not, it's a very dirtily card. By the way, the card does nothing by itself. It has no power. It's pathetic. 0 power around here. Little kitty cat. I guess the idea is the cat wakes the thing up. Kitty wakes up all the human creatures early. Get up! It's ready to battle! Also, I'm hungry. Go put something. All right, what do we got here? We do have a bingo card for this week. I think it's the same as last week. I don't have any new ones. Cute art! We do have a cat in the art. All right, and then moving on. We've got there's no art here. Scrutinationic Vanish. It's a 2-mana 4 loyalty Sayer. +1, each opponent draws a card. -1, create a token that's a copy of a creature that died this turn. It's funny, it's interesting. Doesn't even target. Targets nothing. Oh, but you know what? This is a 2-mana Planeswalker, and it's 2 mana Planeswalkers. They're broken! Except this one makes everyone else draw a card. So I guess you could sack something big. Maybe, I don't know, something that you evoked, and then you can immediately make a copy of it? Is that how this is going to work? I will admit, hey, if this Planeswalker, if it wants to go up on loyalty, it's got to help you. The opponents, they're the ones cashing in on this. On the blah, 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 vanish. Flash plus this thing? Absolutely. Doomblade, an opponent's creature? Oh, then make a token of it. You're right, Coffee and Buns. It's a great idea. That's some great tech over there. Although you probably have to play this thing first. Oh, unless you're at 4 mana or something. That could work. Yeah, black group hug. But just be careful, because I don't think you're going to be hugging anything after I return that creature back from the graveyard. All right. How do these cards work? Player is a card. You win the game. 1-card combo. Last ability breaks the card. I wouldn't say it's breaking. References another card. AI gave up halfway. Misspell loyalty on creature. Play to lose. Add random man. No creature. I don't think we have anything over here. I don't think it hits anything. Weirdly enough, it's just a very interestingly fair card. It's a Sayer. That's what it is. It's a Sayer. Making everything about it instant, and it's anti-sneak attack tech. Moving on, we got the Demonic Relic. This is a blue 1/1 Phyrexian Noble. And when it enters the battlefield, sit on Demonic Relic for each charge counter on Demonic Relic. I don't know if I can sit on it any more than once. And what is it gonna do? We are now in unstable mode. Yeah, sit on it. Just sit. You gotta sit on the card. We are the counter now. Look at me, game. I'm the counter now. Pay a blue. Target creature blocks Demonic Relic this turn if able. And if it can get wiped off the battlefield, that's good for us. We don't have to sit on it anymore. We can go straight to the graveyard. Do you have to sit on it on the table, or can I put it on the chair? You're gonna have to rule 0 that one in my opinion. Otherwise, I think you're on the table. Get properly cheeked up to sit multiple times. That's why we sleeve up our cards, everyone, so our butt doesn't get our cards dirty. Demonic is an ass, man. It enters without counters, so you sit on it 0 times anyway. That's true. So for the most part, there are no counters. When it enters the battlefield, sit on it. Oh yeah, so it's gonna be no, but some cards can enter the battlefield with counter. So I guess you have to work hard even to pull off its first ability, which is redundantly useless. Is that on our bingo card? Useless ability. Stating the obvious chaos. Discuss the rules. Obvious misspell. No, I don't see anything over here. I got nothing. And you know what? I don't think this card does anything either. It's basically a blue 1/1. I'm gonna scrap this for unstable purpose. The unset. It's an unset card. It should have a silver border. We, the human being, should not be sitting on anything. I do not like to sit on my cards. You want to print this thing? You need a 1/1 that target creature blocks demonic relic this turn. I guess it's lure in blue. That's highly unusual. Okay, some people want this card. It's a blue 1/1 that does nothing but fight. Well, sort of. It's fighting the slow way, the old-fashioned way. I'm going to attack, and you're going to block. All right, we'll let it pass. Okay, Thunderwing. Thunderwing is a 2-mana instant. You may exile a white card from your hand rather than pay the spell's mana cost. That is pretty unique. Most free pitch spells, you have to pitch a card from the same color. This one says you need another color in your deck, which is interesting because you could be like mostly mono white and just randomly splash Thunderwing. All right, what do we get there? Destroy target creature in blue. The blue Doomblade. Huge color pie break. Someone call the color pie police. This is a crime against humanity. Azor approves. The most Esper card there is. Oh yeah, you're right. We have a blue card. We have to pitch a white card in order to get the ability from black. The black ability. Sick picture. We need a sick picture for. Look, this dragon is about to completely blast this tiny wizard to the next dimension, frankly. Why can't blue have a Doomblade? That actually makes no sense. If I have this giant dragon, or do blue dragons only win with their brain? Niv Mizzet sitting. Well, Niv Mizzet's is it? I don't know how many mono blue dragons there are out there. They just outthink their opponents to death. Look at the whole world as a game of chess. And if you don't have a white card, just pay 2 instead. That's right, actually. I don't even know why this thing needs a discount. I mean, like, it's not like it needed it. I'm not going to complain. You know, I'd like to tap out and interact with my opponents at the same time. Doesn't matter. I think it's pushed, but still okay. It's probably too pushed. I mean, this is better than Doomblade. This is better than most black removal. Like, for all black removal is like 2 mana, destroy something, and there's a catch. All right, there's a dotted line. Did you read the small text? You're either gonna like lose life, or you can't kill the black creatures, or they can't be too big, they can't be too small, they can't be too werewolf. There's always some, clause at the end of the contract of all black removal. This one is just destroy target creature. For some reason, blue's taking the thunder out of black's game around here. Wouldn't even play it in modern blue-white solitude is just better. It's true. Exiling is good, and a win condition at that. If it was blue, if it was 1 blue-black, then it's fine. But it's not. You resisted my removal by being 2 werewolf. Exactly. Some of that, it's like destroy target non-werewolf creature. 2 werewolf for me. or maybe the caster of a spell is like, oh, werewolf. Scared of it. Everyone's got to be scared of something. Some people are scared of werewolves. That's that full moon. No one goes out. All right, technically, I think this card is legal. It's not. It's very strong. It's very strong. Wizards would never print this thing, probably. But it's not the most obscene thing we've ever seen on this show, that's for sure. Okay, moving on. We've got Conclever Inquisition. This is a 2 mana instant. Whenever a player taps an island for mana, add 1 mana of any type. That player exiles 2 cards from their hand. their hand face. Oh, they got us in the first half, but not in the second half. There's something here. It's like AI gave up halfway. That's right. We had a card in the first half, and then we didn't in the second one. It got a little confused in the second half over here. Oh yeah, it's a hand face. Can't even read the card. None of these are actual like magic cards. Look at this. We have an ace over here. Then we have an H. It's an H. Another H. The H of hearts. Yeah, whenever a player taps an island for mana, add 1 mana of any type. That player exiles 2 cards from their hand face. You know what? I have a bit of a hand face myself. A bit of a hand face myself. All right, the card's absolute garbage. To the Urank with this thing. Board it. Board it out of here. Okay, next up. We've got Tuk Tuk Combatancer. This is a 4 mana 6/6 human soldier. Sporting this scooter of some sort. It's like half scooter, half motorcycle, half golf cart. As long as Tuk Tuk Combatancer is enchanted, enchantments also has flying. You may cast spells from your graveyard. Very, very strong. You think this is busted to... Oh yeah, this is perpetual... This is just perpetual Yawgmoth's Will. Even if we ignore this, as long as Tuk Tuk is enchanted enchantments. I guess that means if it's enchanted, it is an enchantment. Yeah, a lot of enchantments. For the people who like enchantments out there. A huge popular card type. Votes for flying. Does vote for flying. It's voting for to be freed as a bird. Also maybe votes for deeply. Votes for both sides. Sometimes votes for one way, votes for the other way. Loves casting cards from the graveyard. Is there a bingo check for this? Oh, you want to check players a card, you win. 1 card combo, votes for, does not actually technically vote for, we vote for. References another card. Don't have anything here. New card type, flesh has been reached, player is a card, nothing. It doesn't exile the cards either. It's just, you just get to play them for forever. You got a 0 mana card in the graveyard. That is beautiful. The decisions in your graveyard, they're endless. Play your 0 mana cards. Play your instants and sorceries. Chaos did not ensue that far on here. Like we have, what? Chaos ensued for what? One word? The last card ensued more chaos than this. Storm shenanigans with brain freeze. Ooh, step 1, Tuk Tuk. Step 2, Mox. Mishra's Bauble. Crack it a million times, then brain freeze, baby. We brain freeze you to death. Mono blue storm. That's what this card is part of. Okay, it's broken. Even if it's a little unintelligible. Oh, Bort is back. This is Daragaz's Bort. Shopping. I guess they work at... I don't know where license plates come from. Okay, this is I don't drive. It's a 4 mana legendary instant. Return target creature to its owner's hand. You gain 2 life for each time it was kicked. They're other types. They're all the other types. Now, threshold. Daragaz's Bort enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each 1 damage prevented this way. Return target creature. Well, the problem is we need to turn this card into a creature. Otherwise, it's not going to enter the battlefield with anything. So first, we need to animate this card into a creature, and then when it enters the battlefield, it can get a +1/+1 counter on it for each 1 damage prevented this way. Okay, hold on. I think... Okay, that's a chaos ensues for me. It's a good enough chaos ensues. This card makes no damn sense. Absolutely no damn sense. Pretends it's a creature when really you're an instant. You know what we say about that? We board it out of here. Board it. It's gone. Yeah, it's center bingo checked off. That's right. Check it off. Some people like to say they like the bingo card on this show because finally it gives life to all the complete random garbage nonsense. True chaos is true chaos. You need true chaos to make true chaos. The essence dog. This is interesting. It looks like this dog is coming out of the table. It is a 3-mana artifact. Untap target creature an opponent controls. Manifest that creature's controller. Now this artifact is acting like an instant or sorcery. Who will be so she believed do and wisdom. Evergrown will take Telging. And power is a city of defeat. Power is a city of defeat, everyone. Remember that. The Sarkhan vote. I don't know who Sarkhan voted for. That's not public information. But what's important is that he voted. I summon you, player. Untap target creature an opponent controls. Manifest that creature's manifest. Oh, wait a minute! Player's a card. Player is a card. I'll put that down. Yeah, we're manifesting the player. Weirdly enough, manifest that creature's controller. What would manifesting the opponent even mean? They are now part of the game. You are faced down now. That's okay, Bobby. You're face down. You are now, like, what is it, a 2/2 creature? And you can be turned face up to become an opponent again. But if we destroy you, that's it for your game. You're out of here. Can't give them an avatar. We don't call them on the phone. They're part of the game as we speak. It was actually in a one-on. Anyway, this doesn't make any sense. Artifacts don't target anything. I think this is the first time I've seen an artifact. It says like untap target creature and opponent controls. It doesn't have any ability. There's no tap ability, no activated ability. This looks like an ETB, but it doesn't even say ETB. We've been doing this for like 2 or 3 years now, and I've never seen a card like this. Personally, I'd like to think Sarkhan has an I voted sticker on him at all times, even if he's living in a monarchy for a decade or something. He would vote for flying, actually. We all know Sarkhan. Loves the dragons. Loves flying. Be a big surprise to me if he voted for deeply. Yeah, they tried to take inspiration from the poker dogs painting thing. Doesn't quite work out. I don't even know what game this is. Roulette? It's something. Almost looks like shuffleboard. I can no, it's not shuffleboard. Whatever. How's the bingo card today? It's getting there. The day is young. All right, we got Renegade Goresmix. This is a 4-mana 4/2 construct. Renegade Goresmix has all activated abilities of each attacking creature. Wow, that is awesome. So basically, this is interesting. So enters the battlefield, you got nothing. I mean, it's just a 4/2 vanilla for 4 mana. But once we get to the next turn, once we declare our attack and we attack with our creatures, that's where the party starts. Now we get all activated abilities of everything. But gotta be careful. Only of each attacking creature, only during the combat step. Once we leave the combat step, when we go to the second main phase, it's all over. We're not going to have those activated abilities anymore. Even your opponent's creatures. Oh, as well as each attack. You're right. So actually, be careful how you attack, because my Renegade Goresmix is going to be able to copy you. Basically, my Renegade Goresmix learns quickly. Learns through practice. It's a really great mimic. Yeah, Marvin, murderous mimic, but worse. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Fun with good decks. You can't even use Kaido's ability with that, sad. Oh yeah, you mean the Planeswalker abilities? Yeah, you'll never have priority. There might be some card out there that lets you use activated Planeswalker abilities at instant speed. I don't remember, though. I like this kind of potential counter space. Oh, you like it, huh? Copy their tap for mana ability. Well, that would be like sort of useless, right? Unless we give our Renegade Goresmix vigilance, of course. We gotta be fancy here. Learns quickly. Yeah, learns quickly. Unlearns even more quickly. All right, I think this card's Zybers. I don't know about the rest of you. It's Zybers. That's a Zyberish card. There's some great vibe cards coming from this thing. It's too bad it doesn't have an art. This is a great card to have an art with. It's not until end of turn. No, it doesn't need to. It's just it has all activated abilities of each attacking creature. So those attacking creatures will no longer be attacking after the after the damage step, effectively. So it only has it during the combat phase, and then it's over. So it self-polices itself in that manner. Pretty cool card. We got next up the Krovikan Reverence. This is a 1-mana artifact. Pay 0. It's probably going to be suspiciously dangerous. Counter target spell that targets only Krovikan Reverence. I don't even know why they would want to. It literally does nothing. This card does as less than like Darksteel Puck, I think. You like this card? It does nothing. No, well, you know what? It does protect itself incredibly well for a card that does nothing. It's like if you decide to pick on me for one reason or another, I guess I was about to think redirect targets. So like maybe there's a world where you can redirect spells to the Krovikan Reverence. Like it's got some sort of magnet effect. I don't play with those jank cards, but then once you have all cards, once you have a card on here, like if something would target something, it has to target Krovikan Reverence. Now you can infinitely counter it and protect the rest of your stuff. And it is cheap by itself. It's just 1 mana. So maybe there is some potential here. Worse than Darksteel Relic? It is mean. I have decks like that. You can counter your own spell for Baral. I don't know if this looks bad. Is there some way? Is there some way we can abuse the fact that we can counter our own spells with this? It's hard to remove if anyone wants to do that. Oh yeah, it's terrible. But the conundrum is like, why would you want to do that? Card does nothing. It's really good at protecting itself, but why would you pick a fight with Krovikan Reverence? Animate this. Oh, you broke it. That's right. All right, so if we can animate this artifact into something lethal, basically we can start countering things. Now, why is countering better than indestructible? Well, you protect yourself from the exile effects like Solitude, Swords to Plowshares, Path to Exile. So actually, yeah, being able to counter stuff is really, really good. There might even be some cards that you get, there's like, it has an effect, but also it needs to target almost everything. And then if you counter that spell, then you counter everything. You can use this card for Metalcraft. That is like pretty sad use of this card. You can say that about any artifact, as far as I know. Yeah, if activating it triggers other cards, you have infinite triggers. Okay, this card's actually quite doable. Maybe it's even broken in the right card. You can even find it with Urza Saga if necessary. It doesn't say counter target effect. It can only counter spells. True story. Yeah. So you can't, you will not counter abilities. Abilities hasn't learned that skill yet. All right, one thing at a time. But then the previous card not also protect this one. Has all activated abilities of each attacking creature. Well, it could absorb this ability. That's possible. Well, it says only Krovikan Reverence. Right. Counter target spell that targets only the Krovikan Reverence. That's it. What happens if you counter a storm? Each storm copy is individual. So if you counter one storm target that targeted your Krovikan Reverence, the rest of them are still going to get through. Anyway, cool card. Interesting. Very thought-provoking. Tempting Scooter. We got a 3-mana 4/2 Crocodile. When Tempting Scooter blocks or becomes blocked, it gets +3/+3 until end of turn. This literally just looks like it came out of some sort of beginner deck. You know, like one of those beginner intro starter full of commons and uncommon decks. The first ally, Subdue and Tongued Over the Fountains, and a Little Glory. There isn't a whole lot of well, not a whole lot of glory when you've completely outgrown your scooter. I'm sure it was a lot of fun back in the day when the this tempting scooter, which is the crocodile, was a very wee little lizard, grew up to be big enough to ride that thing, but one day outgrew its scooter. Unfortunately, they don't make scooters this large. This thing's like a dinosaur as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, how is the scooter a crocodile? I guess drove the scooter around enough times that it was just called Scooter. Hey, Scooter. Little did they know the first name was Tempting. You like the flavor text, huh? A huge croco and a little scooter. That's right. Now it's just a little toy. Ate the person that was on the scooter? That's possible. I don't think this sees modern play. You know what? I don't think so either. Okay, does it hit the bingo card? One card combo, last ability breaks, random only text, votes for... Did we have a vote? Did we have a vote for a card? Or was that in the flavor text? I think that was in the flavor text. Land with mana cost, no creature type, loyalty on a creature, obvious misspell, play to lose. Nothing. It's too generic. Way too generic. Okay, moving on. We got the Spirit of Glory. I like the spirit. It's Batman with wings. Okay, we have a 4-mana 7/7 human soldier. I thought he was a detective. Flying. When Spirit of Glory's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Oh, it's power and toughness are each. What overrides what? I thought that it should have like a star to have power and toughness each equal to the number of lands you control. But in this case, it's like... It says it's a 7/7. I don't remember what the ruling is, like what overrides what around here. I would assume maybe this text wins. The text wins always. And then if it loses all abilities, it's a 7/7. So 6 mana, Monstrosity 3. Interesting. Another Esper card. And when Spirit of Glory becomes monstrous, destroy up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. Its control loses 5 life. That is a pretty good... That's a pretty damn good deal. 4 mana 7/7 flying with a strong activated ability and huge upside. Well, remember, it's only a 4 mana 4/4 at best, because it actually is balanced out by this first ability, where its power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. And then if you try to ramp it out, it would be even smaller. It'd be like a turn 3/3. And yeah, it's a 6 mana ability. Don't worry, we'll get there. We're only 2 turns away since casting this card. You think it's kind of mid? I think it's not bad. All right, so you have a decent flying creature for a reasonable amount of mana. By the way, in late game, it's enormous, right? So if we go to turn 13, you play this, you have like probably a 13/13 creature. It can get bigger with the monstrous, and then on top of that, it's removal all in one. You all say it's bad. What? There's no love for this card? The monstrosity isn't even that good for Y, but doable. All right, it's a doable card then. What's amazing is the amount of text on this card, and the AI didn't trip up over itself or anything. It's pushed? Okay, whoa. Can we come to an agreement here? Is this card good or bad? Okay, I don't think it's... I don't think it's broken. I don't think it's nothing, though. All right, you play your Battle Cruiser Commander. This card's going to be seeing good play. We got... Next card is Realm Me. It's a 1/1 Merfolk Wizard. Oh, yeah! There we go! That's music to my ears. For a blue 2 generic. You can't enter the battlefield. What the hell? And I won't bow. How? Sauron's? It's like I won't... And I won't bow. How, you might ask? Sauron's? Question mark. I mean, yeah, this card actually poses more questions than answers. And it just says no. And it's like a merfolk mech, really. Look at all this machinery on here. This merfolk is more machine than mermaid. This counters the earlier card that manifests you. Well, I mean, this is not it. You can't manifest. You can't. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, you know, I was thinking about Realmy. I thought Realmy said that you can't, and I think he was talking to Realmy, the creatures. Like, you're not allowed to enter the battlefield. All right, so protection from manifest. That's what Realmy says. Hold on, does that reference? It doesn't. References another card. We referenced another card. Choose how you win the game. Discussing the rules. Look at it. Where mana cost, stating the obvious. Interesting. Okay, I don't think it hits the battlefield. Do you die when you get manifested then? That's right. No, you don't die when you get manifested. You die when the manifested creature dies. You should check stating the obvious. You know, that's not a bad choice. Stating the obvious. Even though it's like a static effect. I usually choose stating the obvious more like flying. This creature can't block. Something to that effect. I'm pretty sure you can manifest cards even if the said this can't enter. You know what? I don't know. In AI world, I think they've rewritten the rules. All right, we're going to take a look at more AI-generated cards, but you know what the deal. We got to thank our sponsors today, starting with FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to buy my Magic the Gathering cards. That's where you can buy Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Flesh and Blood, the One Piece, they've got it all, boxes, sealed product, singles. Or I know it's only mid-October, but you gotta be thinking about Christmas. Not only get gifts for other people, but gifts for yourself. That's right, it's capitalism world. It's capitalism holiday, like it is every single year. And you can support the channel using my FusionGamingOnline.com coupon code Nikachu, but also get yourself 5% off everything at checkout. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. Get your Magic cards digitally from Mana Traders. And when you're renting with Mana Traders, you have access to all of them, the entire card pool, to play any Commander deck in both 4-player, one-on-one. You can play Modern, Pioneer, Standard, Legacy, Vintage. You want to play with Black Lotus? Easy. Just rent it with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_QTP. And let's get back to them sweet AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards. It said no, but I say yes. Okay, we got Azumas. I wonder if it's Azumas, Master of Konga. I wonder if related to Azami. Is the 5-mana 3/3 Time Lord Soctor. That's a new card. I've never heard of a Soctor before. That's a new card type, not a new creature type. No creature type? Oh, damn. Okay. I thought we were going to nail something for the creature type. Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell with a mana value of 5 or greater, create a 3/3 red and white spirit creature token. Okay, that's pretty sweet. And then for 3 mana, put Azumas, Master of Konga, into its owner's library. 3rd from the top. A little bit of insurance versus removal. You want to board wipe me? Ha! I've got a wonderful little trick. First you see me, now you don't. I'm going straight back into my deck. Right where I belong, really. The Sock Doctor, if you will. Is that what it is? We got socks, we got Doctor. The Sock Doctor. Is there like, is that like an alternate, like, meme-y way of calling, like, you know, a foot doctor of some sort? This card's bussin'. I classify this as obvious misspell of... Oh, you know what? You're not wrong. Where's the obvious misspell? It was supposed to be a doctor. Okay, obvious misspell. 100%. We're on our way. Was supposed to be a Time Lord doctor. You think it's underpowered? It's a 5-mana 3/3. You can make an army out of this. Okay, that last ability is perfect piece of flavor. He does the Congo line. Oh no, I'm thinking of something else. This seems like a real card. AI does it once in a while, you know? It's basically like it's a million monkeys working on a million typewriters. At some point, they'll print real Magic the Gathering cards. At some point, they'll have a full standard set that you can draft and everything. Seems really good. It's expensive and vulnerable, but great ability once it starts triggering. Awesome card. Okay, moving on. We've got the Sench Innate. Sench Innate is a 2-mana, 2/3 Vidalcan Warlock. It's got Read! Remember, reading is power. The more you learn, the more you earn. Even the Vidalcan Warlocks read. You know, either for pleasure or, you know, you gotta level up your game. You need to get the good job. You need to go to university. When you go to university, you gotta read the books. I really wish it didn't work like that. Man, I could go through university a lot faster if I could just watch video tutorials all day and all night. Yeah, look at it. Look at it and read it. This is not technically a lookout. Dr. Nemo says, this is absolutely broken. Isn't there a real ability called read? I could be wrong here. MTG players read? Not viable. Reading the card explains the card. This literally. Read this card. And that's all you're going to read. It's not much. It's not a hard one. You know. Article. One word long. That's read ahead on sagas. Ah, that's what I was thinking of. It's like a typo on read ahead. For those times when someone was thinking of making the card ability up. Just read. Power Crept Bear. Is it? Oh yeah, it's a 2-mana 2/3. That's fine. I know some of these words. What is that from? Oh, that's a meme somewhere. Yeah, I know some of these words. Okay, I have nothing else to say about this. Okay, we got Reshape Falcon. This is a 3-mana 1/2 Treefolk Druid. We got Fish. Also for a Snow 1 generic. Target Furmoke creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Activate only once each turn. Okay, new creature type. No, but it's a creature type, not a card type. Keep forgetting, like the bingo card only references a card type. Is it silver border? I don't think it's not very silver border to me. Target Furmoke creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Active only once each turn. And for a snow mana. It's garbage, all right? This is absolute crap. It's complete nonsense. But it's legal. So is it a druid, a fish, or a falcon? I think it's a treefolk druid here, and this is just a buddy over here. I think this is the Furmoke. That's a Furmoke over there. This is a Furmoke buddy. Giving a little pep talk, all right? So giving them they were reading. They read something about something the other day. They look down on their luck. Furmole is a merfolk of some sort. It's a merfolk with a human legs and a real fish head. Super fish head. Power creep is out of control. On this card? I don't know about that. Okay, perfectly legal. A little too legal, if you ask me. Okay, this is funny. It's not often that a creature type is actually the name of a card. We have the Fairy Rogue. It is a black 2/1 nightmare. I guess the nightmare is cosplaying as a Fairy Rogue for Halloween today. When Fairy Rogue enters the battlefield, create a green and white crab creature token with Defender and Indestructible. Wow. But hold on, but it's only a token, and it literally doesn't have power and toughness. We now have to animate the token to turn it into anything. It's rogue though, not rogue. The hell does that mean? Flavor fail. Fairy rogue is not fairy. Fairy rogue is not fairy rogue. Well, I mean, no, we use fairy in Magic. All the fairies are F-A-E-R-I-E. I learned that for millions of times. I try to type in the word fairy on Scryfall, like it just comes up nothing. They're actually talking about the makeup for the fairy rogue. Okay, and then we have white tap, create a food token, because we all know how hungry we are when we have a nightmare. Red fairy is a black non-fairy. The hell does that mean? Not rogue? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm reading this. Is it rouge? Hold on. Oh, sorry. It's not rogue. Is it? What is this rouge? Is it French? A red powder or cream used as cosmetic? Rouge. Yeah, it's rouge. Sorry. The fairy rouge! It's a very black fairy, if you ask me. Yeah, I would. Well, I mean, in context, I just assume it was a rogue. Look at her cheeks. Very rouge, that's right. This is the rouge fairy. Okay. We're not rogue, we're rouge. We went to, what's it called? Where to buy makeup. I don't go there. We went to our local Sephora. We went to our nightmare, went to a local Sephora, said, you know what? I need a glow up here. Got themselves some nice rouge cheek powder. And now we're ready to take on the town. Also going on a date, really, making food token. Actually, maybe making dinner. Creating food token. This fairy nightmare loves to cook. Huge fan of the cooking channels. Maybe has a channel on what are those channels where they eat? They just like to eat on camera. What are the stats of a crab token you create through the 1/1? They're nothing. It's dead. It's like a statue. So enters the battlefield. We have a indestructible defending crab that has no stats. I don't even think it's anything. I mean, it didn't even. It's just a token, right? Green white creature. It is a creature token. I guess it just dies instantly. Yeah, I think it's gone. Mukbang. That's right. Fair Rogue is on gonna have a mukbang channel. Okay. Does it hit anything here? New card type, add random mana, land with mana cost, look at it, discuss in the rules. Random tax, last ability breaks the card, references, we got nothing. It's not very good for the bingo card today. Okay, moving on. We got Revive the Infinity. I didn't know Infinity needed something to be reviving. Infinity is infinity. We need to bring back Infinity. We need to help Infinity get along. Okay, it's a saga for 4 mana. Chapter 1, 2, and 3. You may put a doctor card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Wow! It's basically, okay, it's show and tell for 3 turns in a row for doctor cards. Now, the crazy thing, it's an artifact. So that may not apply to Commander players, but like outside of Commander where there's no color identity restrictions, you can just fill your deck with like whatever the hell you want. All the doctors if you want it. Captain Rumia says, rating the card Infinity out of 8. Yeah, that's a strong rating. That card's not even stupid. What is with the art? Does this have anything to do with Doctor Who? This looks like some giant parka or something. All the doctors -1 are universes beyond. Oh yeah, how many doctors that are almost good enough for Legacy? 0, as far as I know. What about a Soctor? Ooh, what about that Soctor? I don't think so. You're gonna have to adjust the card for the Soctors. Soctor's gonna need their own Revive the Infinity. Probably the Soctors are very finite. Artifact Saga, good design. I mean, it's possible this card's just stone cold broken. You can get this out on turn 2, right? Turn 1 Soul Ring, turn 2 Revive the Infinity, put a Doctor in play. Then you get to like play 2 more free Doctors. It says you may put a Doctor card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Well, he's mixing up Doctor Who with that other movie where the guy time travels. No, I'm not talking about that. I forgot that movie existed. Was it Back to the Future? Full disclaimer, I have not watched Doctor Who. I watched a clip of the Titanic episode because I was just curious how the hell do they fit the Titanic into their series. I don't regret watching it, but at the same time, I didn't watch another thing. It did not inspire me to watch anymore. Okay, what else do we have here? Got nothing. Just absolutely not. A lot of these cards are supremely doable. All right. maybe in some people they would love this card. Okay, we got the Party Patrol. These dogs, they're keeping an eye on you, making sure you don't drink too much over there. It's a 4-mana 1/1 dog. When Party Patrol enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless you discard a card. This is god-awful. A discard outlet, I guess. Yeah, it's got floof. Little floof over here. It's the end of the battlefield. Okay, discard. 4 mana! For, you know, when you're desperate to add dogs to your dog deck, you're going to reach for this card. It's probably, yeah, it's a 1998 card where they punished you for playing any creatures. People wonder why combo decks were so popular back in the day. Because if you played fairly, it was pointless. Raptor with wings. Thanks for the super chat. Make it legendary. It'd be the most historic spell. Yeah, I guess so. It would look like something from Legends. Crocs with shades must have been a lame party. Well, yeah, this is a party where what are the non-alcoholic drinks called? Virgin. Yeah, all the drinks were virgin. I'm using that term right. I don't drink much either. I don't know what they say at bars and parties. You're gonna discard a card because who's gonna sacrifice cut puppies? Yeah, no one wants to sack the puppies. Lucas, not a huge fan of the puppies. Maybe more of the fan of the cats. Well, I forgot I have a dog sound effect here. Those dogs don't look enthused. I don't know how a dog's supposed to react at a party anyway. Okay, it's doable, but it sucks. I am also on Team Cats for the record. I live somewhere where it's a wasteland outside when it's winter, so I don't want to ever take a dog out for a walk. Weirdly enough, I take my cat out for a walk on a regular basis. Okay, we got the Leech Treefolk. This is a blue 1/2 human soldier. Already a pretty power creep card. 1/2, 2 toughness on a one mana creature that's got flying. When it enters the battlefield, surveil 2. And when Leech Treefolk leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. Oh no! Oh no! That's terrible. Oh man. I mean, this is not. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this is a pretty strong card up front, but that downside, that's too much downside for me. First time, like, you know, I get ahead of the game, then someone Doomblades this damn thing and I'm dead. Yeah, it's basically, this is definitely a play to lose card. I guess the idea is you have to donate this to somebody. You have to give it to somebody else. Yeah, you have to donate it. Platinum Angel, anyone? Well, I mean, this card is a bit useless at that stage. Once you have Platinum Angel in play, you sort of want to be playing, you know, the big chunky stuff. Not a puny 1 mana 1/2. It's almost like a ponder of some sort. Yeah, donate it quick. And make sure no one, like, destroys it in response to you casting donate. That would be terrible. No, you trick them into casting all their stuff early. Dies to... Oh, no, it doesn't die to Gutshot. Gutshot deals 1 damage. This has 2 toughness. 1 mana lose the game effect is probably actually broken in the right deck. Like, what, is there a deck out there that says when you lose, you win? I know a lot of people like to meme on that. Surveil, Platinum, Reanimated. See? Oh, yeah, it's Surveil, so you could dump it into the graveyard, right? Yeah, okay, so it's a graveyard builder. It is basically Faithless looting. Basically, it's flying Faithless looting. But when it dies, you go with it. Is there a play loose? Oh, is there a play loose spot on this card? You win the game. Play to lose! Oh, that's what everyone meant. I saw the comments. All right, yeah, we got play to lose on the bingo card. It does work. There might be a card that turns losing into winning. Maybe. I think if we knew it, we would know it. I know a guy who plays self-mill deck that makes him win the game when he draws his last card. Yeah, that's one we all know. There's like the Laboratory Maniac card. That one's common. There's actually quite a few cards that are like, if you draw your last card, if you draw a card and there's no cards left in your deck, you actually win the game. But I don't know any cards that say if you lose the game. Oh, you know why it doesn't? No card exists like that, because you could just concede. We had this discussion on another show. You know, I could be just like, I resign. No, in response, I resign. No, in response, I resign. You know, so there's like there's no good there's no good way to build a card where losing the game helps you win the game, because then everyone's just gonna try to resign at instant speed. It's a 1/2 flyer. Good, yeah, good stats. There is a Jace that wins when there is no cards on to draw. Yeah, but that, yeah, that's the other one. It's the other effect. Does conceding go on the stack? There was a judge ruling about this, and it seems like it sort of does, because there was a game where both players tried to lose like that. It was a weird situation where whoever won was in like a worse spot in a top 8 of a tournament, so both players wanted to resign, so they didn't have to play someone who is much more difficult to play against. I thought conceding actually removes stuff from the stack. You know, very rarely is there a war to concede the game. All right, it's a big gray area in the rules. Okay, this card very legal, very doable. You'd be insane to play it, though. Avatar of Toon. This is a 4-mana 4/1 Eldrazi Dashel. That has to be a new... it's a new creature type. It's not a new card type. Damn it. No creature type. I keep getting excited. It's just too easy. Bingo, discussing... Oh, we did hit a bingo. We talked about the rules. Discussing the rules. That's right. All right. The last card was worth two points. Play to lose and discussing the rules. Okay, Avatar of Toon can't be blocked. Avatar of Toon can't attack unless defending player controls a blue creature. And whenever you cast a red spell, Avatar of Toon gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Interesting. So it's an unblocked... It gives old card vibes, where it's like, hey, this creature can't attack unless your opponent controls a plains or controls an island or something like that. So in this case, can't attack unless you control a blue creature. And here's the thing. If you do control that blue creature, you can't block me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just laughing to the bank over here. And then weirdly, we need to like give them blue creatures. I don't know if that exists. Dan 2, Return of the King. Well, Dan can't attack unless the defending player controls an island. This is a little bit different. It's way more likely someone controls an island than they control a blue creature, because you can play blue for just the spells, the planeswalkers, the instant sorceries, some blue artifacts. That's hold on, I just saw something. That's some cursed. That's a cursed take on Dan for sure. Dan. 2024 Dan. We can rebuild Dan. Better. Stronger than ever before. In fact, it can even get +1/+1 whenever we play a red spell. Yeah, all we have to do is donate a fish. Or is it not? Is it promise a fish? That's what it is. Or no, it's gifting. That's right. We gift a fish. Does anyone get like... what's it called? When it says Toon, whenever I think of Toon, I think of Maximilian Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is very similar to this eyeball creature that Maximilian Pegasus used. I can't remember what that's called, though. Gift a fish, right? That's what it means. This is... Goaty means fish in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because that's what I look at this thing. The Relinquished! That's right, the Relinquished. It's melting Relinquished. It was like ice cream form. It looks like a rock band t-shirt. All right, Avatar of Toon. You are perfectly legal. Pretty useless, though. Break of Surge. Mardu 2/3 Phyrexian Human Warrior. Now, just a Saproling Werewolf. Whenever Break of Surge attacks, exile the top hand and put a +1/+1 counter on it. The fall of Unlike Her Prank. More than the Roxy, they had weighs upon the ruralness of others, hopeful 10 oil first profane. But they were at a member of how would just beat after the command. Right. Phyrexian human warrior. Looks more werewolf than anything. Just a sapperling werewolf without actually being a sapperling werewolf. Yeah, random text only. Effectively. Wait, what is the top hand? I don't know, the top 7 cards of your library or something? This is definitely... Chaos ensued here. Do we have a chaos ensue here? If not, okay, no, yeah, we already hit it already. References another card votes for. 1 card combo. We got nothing here. Okay, I'm just disqualifying. This is a complete nonsense card. Nothing to see here. It's just sapperling werewolf. Just a sapperling werewolf. It's actually cosplaying a sapperling werewolf, I have you know. It was a Phyrexian human warrior, really. Okay, it's a black 1/2. We got Lasco, Master Dancer. It's gonna dance for that party. Okay, another human warlock knight. It's a legendary creature. Lasco can't attack unless your opponents pay 2 mana for each +1/+1 counter on it. Can't attack unless your opponents pay 2 for each +1/+1 counter on it. Can't. Oh, that's. Wait. Lasco can't attack unless your opponents pay 2. They would never do that! They would never do that! I'm like wondering, okay, can I attack? Are we gonna let him attack? And it's funny, unless your opponents... I guess you need to... This is the super political card. Because without somebody in multiplayer... Yeah, in multiplayer, someone gotta help me. Somebody has to help me attack with this thing. Can you please pay the 2? Do you have 2 mana to spare, please? I need 2 mana. I need your permission to attack. For each hold on, can't attack unless your opponents pay 2 for each +1/+1. Oh yeah, actually, if we keep it at 0 counters, it would do. We don't need anyone's permission. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. It also has ward 3. That's insane. This is actually a broken, absolutely broken mana dork. It's just mana dork in black. Yeah, still broken. Blackbirds of Paradise with ward 3. It is the now again, not the most busted card we've ever seen, but it is one of the most power crept cards we have definitely seen on this show. That's ward 2. No, it's ward 3. Ward 3 mana. Whenever this creature becomes the target of a... Oh, it says 2 here. The ability is ward 3. Whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter it unless that player pays 2. Is there some sort of, like, contradictory card references on here? Flesh has been reached. Have we exiled anything from the graveyard yet? No creature type loyalty on creature. Nope, nothing. You hate the frame? I love the front. What's wrong? This is a great full art. It's a beautiful full art. It also looks like it's Sauron in here. But can't attack when it has a +1/+1 counter on it. So yeah, what a weird condition. This is such a funny dynamic. So if you want to prevent damage from this card, you have to put +1/+1 counters on it. So you give it +1/+1 counters. And you have to pay the ward to do that. Okay? So you're gonna put +1/+1 counters on it. You're gonna pay the phantom tax of 2 mana. I guess this is not really a phantom tax situation. So you're gonna pay the 2 mana, and then that will dissuade other people for paying the mana so that this thing attacks. I think this card would be a little bit more interesting if the power was large enough that there's actually incentive to prevent it from attacking. Word is only for the opponent, and opponent can refuse to pay the 0. You're talking about this thing? Can't attack your opponents unless they pay 2 for each. I'm pretty sure that this thing can attack anyway. God loves this card. Also, you love this card, effectively. Yeah, brain rot. I've been watching a lot of brain rot content lately. Yeah, do you pay the 0? Nope. No, I'm just wondering, like, I don't think the game would ask if they want to pay anything. Lasco can't attack unless your opponents pay 2 for each +1/+1 counter on it. Because there's just nothing to pay. I honestly don't know what the rule is for this. I just don't have a clue. I mean, you wouldn't have to ask to pay 0 since there are no counters. There is no trigger to pay anything. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the rules nuanced enough. It will... I just don't know how this triggers, or if it triggers at all. It's a Warlock Knight. Warlock Knight is badass. Okay, cool. I think it is a legal card. Very interesting, thought-provoking card at that. We got the... I have no idea how to pronounce this. Concheed berries? This looks like something from a factory. This is a very weird piece of machinery that they designed it like a damn spider. It's a white 2/2 trap. It's a trap! It's a legendary artifact creature trap. First time creature type is trap. Didn't we do this? I've never seen this card. Or I've never seen the art. You may have Concheed berries enter the battlefield as a copy of any artifact on the battlefield. So this is effectively, what's it called? Phyrexian Metamorph for 1 mana. And you may have it enter the battlefield. You could just have 1 mana 2/2, okay? 1 mana 2/2, get that beat down going. You start attacking your opponents. There's no way to build a deck around traps around here. Great set. Copy artifact for 1. Yeah, that too. Yeah, copy artifact also for 1 mana. But remember, stands on its own 2 feet. Why is it a trap? LOL, it has no reactive effect. Well, hey, we are reacting to you. You put an artifact onto the battlefield? Ha, fool! Walked right into my Concheed berries. Now you thought you were the only one with an artifact. Well, 2 can play at this game. More like 10 feet. Actually, more than that. It appears to have 1, 2. Oh, you're right. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it has about 12 feet. Oh, that's right. All changelings are traps too. We need to get that trap kindred going on here. Check the bingo card. New card type. No, the card type is legendary artifact creature. That is not a new one. Trap is the subtype. It's a creature type, which is not part of the bingo card. Trap already exists. It isn't new. Oh yeah, trap is actually technically a card type too. Trap is an instant type. It doesn't matter. There's no new card type here. There's no new card. It's just legendary artifact creature. The card type needs to be like legendary Boogala creature or legendary berries creature or something like that. Magic has traps? Oh yes. Have you ever heard of archive trap? Summoning trap? To get you. You've activated my trap card. They were definitely copying Yu-Gi-Oh! When that happened. Okay, I think this is strong. Don't get me wrong. This is a strong card. But it's a doable card. Okay, now it's time to go through our super chats. Is Captain Rumia here? Captain Rumia! Before our stream went down, super chatted. Thanks so much for your super chat. Let me copy my opponent's Aladdin's Ring for cheap. Now with your super chat, we will take a look at another card. Struggle a Construction. This is a 5 mana enchantment. Pay 3 life. You gain 4 life. What the? Do we need to read anything else? Put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. Oh my god! I mean, this card is just absolutely bananas. Okay, the card, it's a 1-card combo, effectively. It goes infinite by itself. It doesn't need any help. I mean, you get infinite life off of this. There's one circumstance that you need to fulfill. Your life total needs to be at 4. And ideally, maybe a little bit higher than that, because this will go on the stack. You do have to pay the 3 life first. So if you're at 4 life and you pay 3, your opponents, they can respond. They could have a lightning bolt or a gut shot or something like that. You know what I mean? You missed a bingo square. No creature type with the trap card. That was the creature type though. It's creature the legendary artifact creature trap. That's the creature type. It's not it had a creature type. Yeah, we have infinite life and creature size. We're gonna get them creatures. They're gonna be grow. They grow up so fast, don't they? This person is regretting infinite life. You're gonna need that infinite life. You're creating monsters around you. Okay, hold on. We got that deserves chat as one brain cell. A lot of people were explaining to me that the trap was it was not a creature type. That doesn't count though. Right? No creature type means no creature type. It would literally have to say legendary artifact creature, then blank, then nothing. Then that qualifies. But it had a creature type. It just doesn't exist. That's all. It was just you. It was new. Huzzah! I've gained a brain cell. Now we're gonna learn. We're learning one brain cell at a time. He's regretting life's choices. You might be wondering how I got here. Well, it's a long story. And it all starts when I decided to pay 3 life. But before I did that, I'll tell you how it all happened. Trap isn't a creature type, though. It's an instant type. No, but it's a creature type on the card. Like, yeah, the AI made it up, but that's the creature type. Sometimes there's, like, nothing there. That's what qualifies on the bingo card. Fun fact, you need 20 brain cells to compute 2 plus 2. Oh, is that enough? That's the IQ that we need? Card combos by itself. It does combo by itself. That's why it's on the bingo card. All right. Broken. Definitely broken. Also not even flavorful. Why is red gaining life around here? This doesn't... Not a single part of this card. Oh, it's called Struggle a Construction? Yeah, well, treat your workers fairly. If you don't, they're going to gang up on you. You chose this industry. All right, next up. We've got a bunch of super chats from Winter Fox. We'll take a look at. I guess we could look at 7. We can look at 7 cards from this. Thank you so much for your super chat. Oh, you're adding 5. Okay, that actually is quite reasonable for me. You're the boss. Okay, Crimson Angel. This is a 3-mana 5/4 vehicle. It's got crew 1. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Devour 8. Okay, as this enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. This creature enters the battlefield with 8 times that many +1/+1 counters on it. It's a vehicle that eats things, which is very strange. Last ability breaks the card. How does the last ability break this card? As it enters, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. This creature enters the battlefield with 8 times that many plus... Oh, I see. So we sack 1 creature, and it's actually much bigger than we expected. It's like immediately a 13... Was it 13-12 or something like that? Yeah, 13-12. Gets jump blocked. Yeah, it doesn't have any other useful abilities. I mean, it's basically a vanilla ground creature. It's vanilla. Devour 8 is kind of OP. You do have to sacrifice creatures, people. Don't forget the sacrifice. It doesn't. Token generators love this vehicle. It has no evasion. It literally has no evasion. Strong. Yeah, it's very strong, not broken. I actually don't even think this card's good. You know what? In like one-on-one Magic, I think it would be an absolute fail. So, I mean, I'm going to say it's legal, but I actually am not going to say it's broken. It's... Maybe, yeah, it's probably still broken. Even the thing is, sacking a creature sucks. But with Arcbound Ravager, whoa, you're right. That'd be sick. But it's a vehicle, not a creature. You could be right. That's right. You could be right. I have no idea how this card works. Okay, moving on. We got the Gold Coctiv. It's a red 4/1 vampire rogue. It's got double strike. Whenever Gold Coctiv deals combat damage to a player, you may return each creature you control to its owner's hand. So when you deal combat damage to a player, you may return each creature. Oh, only you control. That is interesting. Now, wait a minute. This is a 2-mana 4/1 with double strike. What the hell? This is just absolutely insane. God, please, no. Yeah, this is very pushed, even for Bandit Keith, king of dual monsters. Mono red flick. Oh, sort of. Not really. You're basically self-bouncing over here. Dies to cut down. Well, I mean, dies to anything. But my biggest concern is, like, on turn 2, you're attacking for 8. That is so much. Vampire decks finally getting the buff that they deserve. And finally, an actual rogue, not a rouge. Although this card is pretty rouge, too. In America! Only America. Almost coherent. I think it's very coherent. Turn 3. Oh, yeah, turn 3, it's over. Those who saved this fool's passage after Ante specimens to that's Rubble Mage shields him one of Rizzi on Theros. References Theros. Very interesting. Would be pretty good with mono red damage ETB effects. I think this card is just pretty pushed as it is. But we don't judge based on pushed. Well, we do a little bit. In this world, this is fair game. It still also can be chump blocked. And also, hold on, you may return. Oh, you may. So you may like bounce things back and replay it. You never know. I'm telling you, the flavor text is an anagram of the rules text. It's possible. Okay, moving on. We've got Sly One High. What is even going on in this art? I thought it was like half cat fox, and there's this random human being over here. But it is a 2-mana 1/1 cat spirit with Sunburst. What is Sunburst? Sunburst. I don't remember this ability. Remove 3 +1/+1 counters from Sly One High. Flip a coin. If you win the flip, destroy all lands you control. Well, that sounds terrible. It has the flips. It's got the flips. This is art. This is 2024 art. This is what we expected art to be 100 years ago. I hope I don't win. What is it? Remove 3 +1/+1 counters. We don't even have counters on this thing. How do we get the counters? So the AI must have some like grand scheme for some sort of counters matters cards deep in the future, because a lot of these cards depend on counters. Activate and respond to give it to an opponent. I think no, if you activate it, it's still your ability on the stack. You'd have to give it to the opponent and then take over their turn with what's called mind something. Can't remember the card, the artifact that Mindslaver. Yeah, there we go. Mind slave them. I'll make you flip that. And you know what's funny? You can still lose. You could still lose the coin flip. And I mean, in worst case scenario, it just blows up your lands. Gotta play with indestructible lands. There's like no upside to playing with this card. Anyway, this is a stupid card. It's stupid. It's just dumb. Okay, we got next up. We got Burge Folt. This is a 2-mana Griffin. It's a 1/2. Pay white. Flip another coin until your next turn. I'm paying mana for this. This is this is incredibly underwhelming. I'm literally just paying 2 mana for a 1/2 with some ability on top of this. But this Burge Folt comes from the land of the coins. Big time flips. If you give this is where Krark's thumb. It's probably in a museum somewhere there. Don't pay mana twice for this card. It gets difficult. Krark's thumb, infinite turns. It does. Don't flip a coin until your next turn. Like, that doesn't change anything. Does coins fly until my next turn? I don't know. Bingo alert, random text only on the bottom row. Here, the remaster throwback. Flip a coin. There's no random text here. Or are you talking about the last card? Destroy all lands? There's nothing random here. Unless you're talking about the black space, which I'm not going to count. Anyway, this is a perfectly... Well, actually, I can't... No, the ability doesn't do anything. I've got to disqualify it. Not doable. Board it. Board it out of here. Okay, we got the Glittering Birth. Yeah, I love it when the newborn is glittering. We got that new glow-up effect these days. We got a white sorcery. Whenever Glittering Birth attacks a player... Oh, I already know where this is going. If you've committed creatures this turn, you may search your library for a basic plains cost. Then put them back in any order. Then each opponent attacking a player or a planeswalker they control that has the same name as monster. That was the worst. That was only random text only. There was literally not there was not a word of wisdom or strategy or anything on this card. Nothing. It's absolute bullcrap. Now that is chaos ensues. Chaos ensues at its finest. Yeah, the name was good. It was pretty good. The name, it's got the name, it's got the art, but the ability, it's a little ambitious, a little too ambitious. Pretty creepy art. I think it looks nice. This is like it's like the birth of a planet or something. It's the cosmos in the background. Average 1 mana card in 23. Judge, I am not guilty of committing creature. All right, next up, we've got Raptor with Wings. Make it legendary. It'd be the most historic spell. Okay, because of your super chat, we are going to take a look at another card, Raptor with Wings. Thank you very much for your donation. Okay, next up, we've got Omen of Control. This is a 4-mana enchantment. Pay a red. Discard a card at random. Target player loses 4 life. You gain 14 life. That is quite the deal. What an exchange. Now, that will kill somebody. You know, like, probably 3 red, discarding 3 random cards at random. I like my chances. I like my chances. It's supremely strong. On 14 life. So basically, definitely discarding 4 cards will kill somebody. Not to mention, hey, you could combo with what's it called? What's the ability? Not overpowered. This is insane. In a madness deck. Madness will absolutely break this card. Just keep discarding cards at random, but get value out of them at the same time. Turn 5 win. Well, maybe even earlier, depending on who you're up against. Remember, it's an enchantment. It's sticking there for forever. Sarah's Ascendant loves this card. Does it? Sarah's Ascendant. You can just do nothing until you cast this and discard 5 cards. Well, remember, there's like 2 other people at the table, right? You know, you're not playing. You might not be playing against 1 person. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I forgot. It also gains you life, which is great. Just dump your hand first, then activate. Discard a card at random. I'm wondering, do we need to have a card? Yeah, I'm not sure about this. Do we need to have a card at random? Maybe your hand can be empty and you can like activate this. So I'm not entirely sure. It looks like discarding a card at random is a cost. It's not like pay a red, discard a card at random and target player loses 4 life and you gain 14 life. You actually have to discard a card in order to like get something out of this. Anyway, busted. It's absolutely busted. We're all in agreement? Broken? It's pretty broken. It's honestly not the most broken I've ever seen on this show, but it's pretty bad. You need a card because that's part of the cost. Absolutely. Okay, next up, we've got a lot of super chats. More Captain Rumia. Might as well extend the show by 5 more cards. Thank you very much for your super chat. Okay, people are extending the show by tons. I hope there's enough cards. I heard they're like running out of cards on the AI generated world. They took a little bit of a break for a few days. Accomplicy. This is a red enchantment Plains Island. Technically land. Accomplicy enters the battlefield tapped. Tap to add. Apparently we're adding blue, white, and we're adding red at the same time. We can also, for 2 mana, Accomplice becomes a 1/2 green ape creature until end of turn. It's still land. pay 3 tap, discard your hand. Target land becomes a 4/4 red dragon creature with flying until end of turn. And it is also still a land. Oh, it's still a land on the bingo chart? I know it was in the past. Land with mana cost. Is it a land with mana cost? I think this... it's technically an enchantment. It's still land. It's still land. New creature type. Loyalty on creature. References another card. No, we don't got it. Damn it. And then whenever a Complicity attacks, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a land card. That ability puts those cards into their graveyard. Anyway, enchantment with the type of Plains enchantment. That's stupid. It's still land used correctly. Yeah, honestly, it actually is. So it's like a land that's not specifically a land, and it's just claiming that it's still a land. This poor ape stuck on an island, chained to a tree. Unbelievable. Okay, next, our second card. We got the Accomplition. This is a 5-mana instant. Create 2 2/1 white cat creature tokens. They have whenever this creature becomes blocked by a creature, destroy target player. What? Whenever a creature becomes blocked by, they have whenever this creature becomes blocked by a creature, destroy. So, and we can buy back for 2. This is insane. We all knew cats were evil. Well, only if you try to block them. Don't block a raging cat, everyone, all right? Just let them through. You don't want to get in their way. Is that enough to be you win the game? Not really. Some assembly required. You have to lure. Got to put a lure on the cat creature token, and we can start destroying players. Can you destroy a player? We can now. Danger, do not block the cats. Politics ensue. Well, I mean, in some cases, I guess you could block something. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh man, what if you turn? Let's okay, if I attack you, promise me you'll block, and we kill off Bob, and then they block. You know what? I've had a change of heart. I'm gonna take out you. That'd be just crazy. I'm sorry, bro. The cards say I have to destroy you now. Yeah, the card said so. I'm not allowed to select no target. There is a legal target on the battlefield. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. If they holler, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Cox shotgun. Cox shotgun. Yeah, and it has buyback on top of that. So for like 7 mana, we can just keep pulling these cats out. We're gonna assemble the cat army. On Pramon Champion, the 2-mana 1/1 Thapara with Menace. It's got Echo of 2. If on Pramon Champion would be destroyed, it deals 9 damage to you. So it's like a little damage back. So if it would be destroyed, is it considered destroyed when it gets echoes? No, it's just sacrificed. What is the point of this card? There's no upside to this card. It's just 2 mana for a 1/1 with all downside. All downside, no upside. Eris says, where is the target player regenerates enchantment? I tell you what, Eris. First, you need to be manifested on the battlefield. Then you put regenerate on that manifest creature. Then you can regenerate yourself. That'd be an advantage, actually. You know, when Accomplition hits the battlefield, it might be better to be manifested onto the battlefield. It would be if it would be destroyed. You can't even ward it. Yeah, I know. Zedru can give this away, I guess. This card is just awful. It just sucks. I mean, it's legal though. It's too legal for this show. It wouldn't be playable. Okay, the Chasms. We got the Chasms of Korlugs. It is a blue instant. Whenever a player taps a land for mana, that player puts a card from their graveyard on top of your library. Very unset-like, if you ask me. All of a sudden, your deck is my deck. Put it on top of my deck. When you play with this card, make sure everyone's sleeves are different. If they're the same, it's gonna be awkward. You might forget whose cards are whose around here. Got instant speed. Whenever a player... Oh, yeah, it's like an emblem. Whenever a player taps a land for mana. This feels more enchantment-like than anything. It's funny you say this, Ellie. It's an illegal card. There is a lot of illegal cards in this game. Or on the show. Start your turn with this, and then stuff gets weird. Whenever a player taps a land for mana, that player puts a card from their graveyard on top of your library. Yeah, you can put your own cards on top of your library. But the thing is this is permanent. It doesn't say until end of turn. So basically, for the rest of the game, you tap lands. Your graveyard is my library, which might not even be good for me. You know, let's say I'm empty-handed and I need cards now. Like, is it gonna help me that you're gonna be putting off-color cards on top of my deck? I mean, they're basically donuts, right? So this has the advantage of maybe being card advantage. Also has the disadvantage. You might lock yourself out of the game. I like it. Chasm of Corlugs is like better ante if you think about it. I don't think you're owning the cards. It just says put them, you know, I'm sure at the end of the game you have to give all of the cards back. You don't own them. Okay, Smoke Zendikar. You can interpret that in many ways. This is an 8-mana 6/6 Eldrazi. When Smoke Zendikar dies, black and green is less than 7. Is there a bingo card for this? Made no sense. This made absolutely no sense. No. Smoke Zendikar dies. No. Oh, the flesh of no, the flesh in this card, they don't get exiled. How did the fleshes get reached again? I think it was just it's exiling cards. Technically, the fleshes have not been reached. Cards need to be exiled from the graveyard, not going into somebody's deck. And the Enclave. Okay, this is the Caval Cradle. 2-mana instant. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, where X is your devotion to goblins. Blue goblins, people. Get your goblin. It's Goblin Electromancer's time right now. You can play this for 1 mana. Also, you get to counter target spell. Wow! Okay, so this is just strictly better counter spell. Just strictly better, even without this other crap. Target creature gets... Oh, you need to target something, though. Crap. We need a target for both of these. This is the downside. So it actually makes some sense. Good luck with getting goblins into your mana cost. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, where X is your devotion to goblin. Like, even if I don't have goblins out, it's not a problem. The problem is, if I want to counter a spell, I need a legal target in play. Love this idea of the goblin. Devotion to goblin. How many goblins do you have? Finally, a reasonable card, if a bit too strong. Devotion to creature type is actually kind of interesting. Yeah, we need that. I need devotion to merfolk. Could target one of your yeah, you could target one of your own gobbos if you have a gobbo in play. But if you don't, you're screwed. I mean, the best, I guess, is you get the 3 mana, play Goblin Electromancer, have this held up. Is that just affinity? I suppose. I don't know. Okay, this is a legal card though. Mostly. We can all imagine what devotion to goblin is. It's like it gets -X/-X, where X is equal to the number of goblins you control. Okay, next super chat. We've got Entra, is there ever a situation when I don't want my life to be too high? I think I can't tell you what it is. But there are some cards that would punish you. Maybe not punish, but they would reduce your life total to like 10 or something. Anyway, thank you very much for your super chat. It would just be like, target player's life total becomes 10. So gaining all your life was sort of useless. With that comment, we'll take a look at another card. We got the Knight Savin Beastmaster, the blue 1/1 human wizard. Pay 3 mana, tap, reveal cards on the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. An instant or sorcery spell, and a land card. We need all of them? Repeat this process. Does this go anywhere? Like, does it end? I reveal cards from the top of my library until I reveal a creature card, instant, sorcery, and a land, and then I must repeat the process forever. When do I stop? Is it? Yeah, it's just reveal. Yeah, it's an infinite loop. It's a 1-card combo that goes nowhere. Yeah, Mega Self Mill twice. It's not even mill. I just reveal cards. You know what? That's a look at. It didn't specifically say. I will give that a look at it. We are only this card. We only look. We're basically gonna put our entire deck on the battle, or we're gonna reveal everything in our deck. I guess until we can't reveal stuff. Oh, we're not done yet. We ain't done yet. Don't worry. The show goes on. Yeah, it's just reveal. It actually doesn't put in play or anything like that. So what happens after you reveal everything? I guess it will fizzle. There's a point where it will fizzle. And like and what else doesn't get revealed? I guess artifacts and planeswalkers. And enchantments. Yeah. Okay, so there are some card types that just whatever. It's a legal card. It doesn't do anything though. I would not play it. It's basically Fugitive Wizard with some upside of showing the opponent, hey, look at all these. I have all these in my deck. Look at my promo foils and everything. Is there a card that would put revealed stuff onto the battlefield? No, I don't think so. I don't think it exists. Okay, next super chat coming from Barbara Flight. One more card at the end of my favorite YouTube show. Thank you so much, Barbara. I really appreciate it. I think everyone else appreciates it too. Phyrexian Return. The return of the Phyrexians. We have a green sorcery. Put all artifact cards from target player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Very interesting broken card. It's cheap. It's effective. But the thing is, you need your opponent to fill their graveyard with artifacts. Like, we need our opponent to cooperate with us. Oh, you know where this would be great? Simic Mill. But you still need your opponent to be playing with a lot of artifacts. This is like a sideboard card. That pairs with Vandal Blast. Why would you want to blow anything up? Oh, you mean Vandal Blast, then return them all back? Target yourself. Did it say target player? Put all artifact cards from target player. Oh yeah, you can target yourself. Why did I think it was like only for the opponents? Oh yeah, this card is a super mega danger. Mega danger. We can self-mill ourselves and then just reanimate all of it out of nowhere. Super pushed. It danger. This card absolutely a danger. What is better? Power of Nexus or Time Walk? Oh, I don't know. Oh, you're talking about like Nexus of Fate? Probably Time Walk still. Another player would have someone else would have been interesting. For some reason I read this like it's only for opponents. Oh, for references another card. Where's the mana cost? You win the game. This card definitely would have won the game. New card type, add random mana, land mana cost. Nope, got nothing. All these cards, they're like real cards for the most part. They're just really strong. No, it doesn't count as to win the game. It's got to say that it wins the game. Win the game is win the game. Steve Cooper, thanks so much for your super chat. I really appreciate it. We look at another one. And another one. We got Garen, Sage of the Storm. This is a dragon avatar. For 5 mana, it's a 4/4 with menace. Face down creatures you control get +4/+4 and have flying. Now for 2 mana, target creature blocks Garen, Sage of the Storm, this turn if able. Target creature blocks. The funny thing is this is not a face down creature, so it buffs up the face down creatures. This is for your Morph decks, everyone. All right, Morph is coming back. We need to buff Morph. Morph doesn't have enough buff these days. Alex says it's Zybras. You know what? You're not wrong. This is definitely a Zyber card. This is way too real to be AI generated. Nikachu, glad to make a stream. See you, IC Provi. Thanks for joining us. It's great in Commander. It's a great Commander. Yeah, it's not bad if you build your whole deck around face down cards. Menace and Force block. So basically, basically have to pay 4 mana to get 2 creatures to block it. I hope that's what we want to do. I hope. Hopefully that's in our best interest. Doesn't have flying, which is a funny thing. I always find it funny. Dragon that doesn't fly. I guess it's like a penguin. You know, just the penguins of... it's the penguin of dragons. I turned it... I didn't think about that. If I were to choose a hut, though, I would choose Pizza the Hut. That's the best hut. We got Evan. Love the show. More AI nonsense, please. You got it. Thanks so much for your donation. Oh, whoa. The Jace just got a glow up. This is a two mana Biomancer's Cure. It's Jace. And it starts off with 4 loyalty. -7. Create a 6/6 blue Sphinx creature token with flying. +1. Return target enchantment creature card from your graveyard to your hand. 0. Create a 3/3 white and blue merfolk creature token named Strike Hero Poos. Is Nestle 4, otherwise Surveil. No, I'll take the 3/3. That's okay. 2 mana. I get like a 2 mana. I get a 3/3 merfolk. This is great. I'll put this straight in my modern deck. -7. You get an emblem with whenever an opponent casts their first spell each turn, draw 2 cards. That is sick. Absolutely. That's a great emblem. That's a cool emblem, actually. You could, like, deny your opponent the 2 cards by just not casting spells. It's got level up for 1. That's completely... we have something for redundant text? Loyalty... No, this is definitely random text. Level 4 to 5, 9. It's a 9/10 flyer, and when it attacks, put a loyalty counter on the Biomancer's Cure. Sacrifice a creature. This is not a card; it's a whole book. It's the damn instruction manual, in all 5 languages at that. Last ability breaks the card. I don't even know. You know, they had me after 2 abilities. It's funny, the other -7 sort of sucks. Good as 6/6 blue Sphinx. Return target enchantment creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Damn. It's actually really hard to pull off. I mean, the only ability I would use is the 0. It's not going to be many... There's not many enchantment creatures in my graveyard I'm going to be getting back. Gets loyalty by attacking. Does it? I don't think it's a creature automatically. I think it needs to turn into a creature. It is by default a planeswalker. Yeah, it can have static abilities and become creatures, but this particular planeswalker, it's like it doesn't know how to become a creature. Okay, we got Clypheus HP. I caught you live. Favorite MTG content anywhere. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks for being awesome as well, Clyde. Or sorry, Clypheus. And with that super chat, we're gonna take a look at another card. The Grip of Sanity. We all need a grip of sanity after watching this show. We don't even know. This show will take us off into a completely different world we didn't think was possible. Sorcery. You may reveal an elf card from your hand or pay 3. Is that it? This card literally does nothing. Reveal an elf card from your hand or pay 3. I would prefer to do neither. The first mistake was putting this in my deck in the first place. This card grips my sanity and pulls it away. Grip of sanity you may. Yeah, look at well, it's not really a look. Oh yeah, it is a look at it card. Yeah, you reveal an elf. Yeah, look at my elf. And in the past, a lot of elves were looked at. You only looked at it. Hive mind this card. Well, it's nothing gonna do. Do A or A. No, do A or A is like you may reveal this elf. Otherwise, you may reveal this elf. That's do A or A card. So some of these AI cards tell you to do like the same thing twice. Sometimes it has flying. Force an opponent to cast it. If they can't do the thing, they lose. No, it doesn't say that they lose. Anyway, it's just it's a garbage card. Not broken, but not useful. M1G Platoski. I love cards. I also love super chats. And with this super chat, we're going to take a look at another one. It's the Infernal Sentry. Infernal Sentry is a 4-mana, 3 loyalty dragon. More dragons. This is a pretty big dragon show. Minus. These are all minus abilities. We can do nothing with this thing. We need help. We need proliferate to unlock this card. Okay, -7. Target creature gets +1/-1 and gains flying until end of turn. -11. Creatures you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of dragons you control. -9. Exile each creature you control. You get an emblem with whenever a creature becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may pay 1. If you do, that player discards X cards, where X is the number of cards in your hand. I don't even have creatures in play. I just exiled them all. It's a self-sabotage. Okay, -15. Target player loses 4 life, you gain 4 life. Is that it? That's all I get for -15, the ultimate. Flying. When Infernal Sentry enters the battlefield, put a loyalty counter on target creature. I want the loyalty. We don't have any loyalty on this damn dragon. -9 is anti-Nadu tech. You can emblem with whenever a creature becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may pay 1. If you do, that player discards X cards, where X is the number of cards in your hand. Oh yeah, that's true actually. The solution to Nadu. Flying Walker, that's right. What is a bingo? Flying Planeswalker? Is there something here for Flying Planeswalker? Loyalty on creature? It's not a creature though. It says Planeswalker. It needs to be. So no. There are some cards where it's the card type is creature and it is Planeswalker loyalty. This definitely does not count. LOL, creature with loyalty count is not a creature. For Ginka, you designed these bingo cards. Definitely votes for flying though. I'm not counting this. This does not count. It has flying on the Planeswalker card, but it needs to be turned into a creature for it to even count. The last ability just puts a Planeswalker put a loyalty counter on target creature. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. That's loyalty on a creature. Unfortunately, that makes no bingos. We got 4 this way, 4 this way, 4 this way. Nothing on row 2. Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. And that's the end of the show. Sorry about that, everyone. No bingos for today. We failed. But maybe next time. And because next time, there's always a next time. As this show is 5 days a week. And if you want to be part of the show, you got to be here 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thank you so much to everyone who joined me today. People like Julie, True North, we got Osa for Ginka, Benjamin, Steve, Jess, Jonathan. We got Old Boy Dinglebag, Bell, Alex, Captain Rumia, Lucian, Z-Man Vader, Crowborn Chaos, the Jaded Eris, Polrog, Benjamin. We got Plutotsky, Dr. Nemo, Oro, Jasper Rab, Alex, Bryce, Bot, Mr. Erical, Light Code, because you guys are the show. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.